So to get to Luxor, we took a domestic flight from Cairo. And as soon as we arrived at Luxor, we had someone waiting from Imperial Egypt waiting for us. He actually asked us if we wanted to go directly to one of the temples because it was 7:30 in the morning. It wasn't so hot. So we accepted and we went directly to Karnak Temple. We were very lucky because when we arrived there, no one was there. We were absolutely alone in the temple. We had the temple for ourselves for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then some tourists start arriving from 8 o'clock on. So it was very nice to go through Karnak Temple without anyone getting to know the history of the place. And after Karnak, we went to Luxor Temple. Luxor Temple has the twin brother of the obelisk that is actually on the Place of Concorde in Paris. So it is also a very beautiful temple with lots of inscriptions, lots of history. Again, we were almost alone there. Before addressing the boat, let me talk about the Valley of the Kings. We arrived there at about 7 a.m. We had to go into an electric train, so that the exhaust fumes won't damage the tombs. So Valley of the Kings has about 100 tombs scattered all around. The entrance ticket is included on the price of the cruise, so we didn't pay to get in. The only tomb that we have to pay, which is extra, is Tutankhamun. So we went to some of the tombs that were open, and they were really, really beautiful. It was amazing. For example, in this one, we had to go into a tunnel of 160 meters long until the tomb itself. Then we bought a ticket to go into Tutankhamun's tomb. It was about $5, which is not much. We also had to pay a fee of about $6 to film and photograph the entire Valley of the Kings. And again, we were alone there. So we got to be about 10 minutes entirely alone filming the tomb. This is the tomb. It's where he was, or where the treasure ark was. And his mummy, Tutankhamun's mummy, is on the ground also. It's there for us to see. It's really, really beautiful. We got to see another one, Ramses IV, which was amazing. So before traveling, I checked all the tombs that were available and selected the ones that I thought would really, really be worth visiting, and this is definitely one of those. So it's beautiful, beautifully decorated, beautifully maintained. So it's really, really worth the trip. Howard Carter's house, so the archaeologist who discovered Tutankhamun's tomb, was not available to visit, which was a pity. But then we went to Hatshepsut Temple, which was actually one of the most beautiful ones I've ever seen in terms of architecture. So we have to go through a small fair first, and then engraved on the rocks we find the Hatshepsut Temple. So we just rode again on an electric train to the temple. The small holes that you see here are tombs of workers that worked on the Hatshepsut Temple. And as we were about to go back to the boat, I lost my husband. So where's the hubby? Where is he? Where? So there he is, doing his thing, taking photographs. I don't know. Then we went to a basalt stone. Basalt is the main stone of the area. It was actually here at this shop that we paid for the rest of our Nile cruise trip. Here you can buy souvenirs. We actually bought something for our house, but you have to bargain. So it cost $300. They asked us for $300 and we paid $90. We also picked up a stone from the ground of the Valley of the Kings and made it a Christmas decoration. Now let's take a look at our boat, the Livingstone. So this is the reception area. Whenever we went on a trip to a temple, a visit, we would get a bottle of water each, which is very nice. It's included on the price. What you see here is not a real mummy. It's made of chocolate and it was made by the chefs. So next to the reception we have the lounge room. Here is where you can have a drink or a cup of tea. Drinks are not included on the price, so this is an extra expense that you have. But this is very wide, very open, and it was also where all the night or the evening activities were done. This is the view from the second floor. It also has a small living area and it also has a souvenir shop. The boat has 3 floors of rooms. We are now on the 3rd floor, which is the one that goes up to the deck. So you just go up, and on the deck you have a space where you can enjoy a drink or relax, and you also have a swimming pool, a small swimming pool. Views are very nice, and here you can look at the Luxor. Here you have Luxor Temple, which is quite close to the harbor. Also, the boat was harbored next to the Winter Palace, which was where the death of Nile of Agatha Christie plot took place. I was a bit worried about the food, but it was an amazing surprise because food is fantastic here. They have dishes for everyone, even for vegetarians, and every day was a different meal, so you could choose from. The desserts were amazing too, and there were details that were simply fantastic. The rooms were nice, so they had a big window with a very nice view, and every day we got surprises such as this with our towel sculptures. But the view from our room was simply breathtaking. And locals did business everywhere. Next stop was Edfu, where we visited the Edfu Temple. So we spent a night at the harbor of the city. Again, worth mentioning is that tickets to every temple were included on the cruise price, as well as transport from the boat to the temple. So we used cars, we used horses, we used boats. So we had to use several different means of transport, and all was included on the price. For example, we went to Edfu Temple on a carriage pulled by horses. Our last stop was Aswan, where we stayed for 2 nights. In Aswan, we took a small boat to get to Philae. We actually had the choice of going to the dam too, but we didn't want to. We decided to stay on the boat enjoying the swimming pool. From Philae, we decided to go to another small island close to it, which had a botanical garden. This was not included, but our guide took us there, and it was very nice just to walk around. Very well guarded, actually. And from there, we decided to visit a Nubian village, just to see how locals actually live. Our tour guide was with us the entire time. The boat has got some rooms for the tour guides, so they were also sailing with their groups. We had a tour guide just for ourselves, and we could ask him anything that we wanted to do, and he would arrange it, even if it wasn't scheduled. So after the second night in Aswan, we went to the airport in Aswan and took a domestic flight to Cairo to go back home. So everything was amazing, and we are thinking about going back as soon as the new museum opens.